Okay, see, our next topic is, look, income from salaries. Now see, when you call some income is a salary, when there is a relationship of master and a servant, means there should be relationship of master and servant. Master means your boss. We call it as employer. And the one who is doing the job is the servant. We call him as employee. And once this relationship develops, that someone is your boss and you have to work as per his instructions, orders and directions, you become a servant. And in such relation, it comes income from salary. See, no one likes to be servant of someone. But then for our survival, for our livelihood, we want some income. So for the sake of income, we become ready to become a servant of someone. Okay. Otherwise, who likes to be servant of someone? Everyone wants to live the life the way they want. But just for the sake of income, sometimes you are ready to become a servant, and such income is called income from salary. Okay. Now, this is the summary of the chapter. In income from other source, what was my strategy? I gave you a keyword. D.W. Ramu Fakirji. One by one in each point, what I was explaining, taxable exempt, taxable exempt, taxable exempt. Same strategy in this chapter. See, this is a list of items which you have to study. You know what are these items? These are the things which you get when you work in some company and when you do job. Whenever you are doing some job, these are the incomes which you receive. Now, for each item of income, I will teach you whether it is taxable or exempt. See, this chapter, although it is a new topic, but you will find it the same. Only the variety of income will be different. In the previous topic, you used to find dividend income, agriculture income, but now you will find only those items which arise in a job. So tell me, in a job, what type of income comes? Salary, allowances, provident fund, gratuity, pension, leave salary. See, these items, some you have heard of, some you have not heard. But don't worry, I will explain the meaning of each and every item. But at least you get a fair idea that yes, these are the items which you get as income when you are doing job somewhere. But whatever, these are items of income. And whenever we come across some income items, our learning objective is taxable or exempt, taxable or exempt. And the strategy is same in this chapter also. In the question, they will give some income, but obviously not now D.W. Ramu Fakir incomes. They will give incomes arising in a job. And in the answer, you will prepare a statement. And one by one, you will check, is it taxable? Write the amount. Exempt dash, taxable amount, exempt dash. Same strategy you will follow. And here also, if something is exempt, section 10 will come. In short, what I am trying to say, don't feel this as a new topic. It is just new items of income will come. But the strategy of learning and solving the sum remains the same. And which is what? Taxable or exempt. Okay. So can you tell me, once I start with this point, here what I will explain, that what is basic salary, whether it is taxable or exempt, that I will explain. Okay. Then when I teach you leave salary, what will I explain? What is leave salary? Then whether it is taxable or exempt. So for each item, my method will be first make you understand the meaning and then taxable or exempt. And once I finish all these points, look. Once I finish all these points, the chapter is over. But this is not a small topic, it is a big topic. See, in D.W. Ramu Fakirji, there were many items. Here also, number of items are that many only. But for each item, there will be a detailed discussion. Only thing is, this chapter will become little lengthy. But the method of understanding will be same as income from other source. Do you know the reason why I start my subject with income from other source? Because in income from other source, you get the rhythm. That yes, in income tax, there are different incomes for which we have to learn taxable, exempt, taxable, exempt. And in income from other source, it is so simple that if something is taxable, exempt, then fully exempt. But in this chapter, why it will become little tough? If something is exempt, there will be some formula, some amounts to be remembered. See, in the last topic, hardly you have to remember some amount. Minor child 1,500, post bar 3,500, and in gift that 50,000 and 10 lakhs was there. COVID death. But other than that, there were no amounts to be remembered. But in this chapter, different amounts, different formula, that will make the chapter lengthy. But the method of studying will be same. Different types of income, study whether taxable or exempt. And see, note 1, note 2, this way how many notes are there? 10 notes and chapter is over. And like last topic, in this chapter also there is deduction. But in the last topic it was deduction under section 57. Here it is deduction under section 16. Okay. But what is all this right now? Don't go into this. Let me take it from the top to bottom. See, my method will be what you know. I will start like this. Look at my arrow. And once I reach here, chapter is over. Okay. So how should I start? First point is basic salary. What do you mean by basic salary? Basic salary means it's your main salary. See, for example, you come to me for a job. So I will tell you, see, your salary will be 10,000. Over and above your 10,000 salary, I will give you bonus. I will give you some medical allowance. I will give you some allowance for traveling. These are extra things. But extra things over one main amount, that main amount is called basic. It's the base amount. So see, if you come to me saying, sir, I want to do job under your classes, what will be my salary? So I might say your salary will be 10,000. Plus you will get this, plus, plus. But forget that plus. Leaving that plus aside, the main salary is called basic. Basic means the base. So in short, whether you join the company as a peon, office boy or a chartered accountant, everyone will have one basic salary. But if you are in a good position in a company, along with basic salary, you will get many extra benefits. Okay. And list of extra benefits depends upon your position in a company. Obviously, if your position is of a peon, you will only get basic salary. That's it. So, basic salary is something which every employee gets. Now, main point is what? Is it taxable or exempt? You guess. Should it be taxable or exempt? Obviously taxable. If government will exempt your basic salary only, how will they get tax? See, government is not doing a charity. They have started income tax to collect the tax. So obviously every income will be taxed. Exceptionally some things are exempt. But basic salary cannot be exempt. It is a main salary. It is always taxable. That's it. Over. Read. Basic salary is fully taxable. But see, can you see some blank space here? Yes. Here some point is to be explained, but I will explain at a later stage. See, I'll show you something is hidden. Look at this. Just look at, have a glance. I'll hide again. There is something which is not proper to teach at this stage. I will explain at the right time, okay? So for the time being, basic salary is done. So if in the question you find basic salary, what you will do? Taxable. Means the amount you will write in the outer column. But now your answer will be statement of income from salary. In the last topic you used to write income from other source. Now you write income from salary. And basic salary directly outer column taxable. Now next here is allowances. Now tell me here what will I explain? Firstly, what is allowance? And then whether it is taxable or exempt. You try. What do you mean by allowances? Feel the word allowance, allow. To allow means what? To give. For example, I am your boss and you are my employee. And when you listen to the word allowance, what do you feel? Allowance means to allow. Allow means to give. But see, boss gives many things. Everything he gives doesn't become allowance. But if boss gives you for your expense, it is an allowance. So you know what is the speciality of allowance? If boss gives you something for a particular expenditure, underline expenditure. If boss gives you something for some expenditure, then only it is called allowance. See, this way basic salary also boss gives you. Boss gives means boss is allowing. But everything which boss gives doesn't become allowance. When you should say allowance? When boss is giving for a particular expenditure. Say for example, boss tells you that you are coming to office far away from Churchgate. Our office is in Borivali and you have to come from Churchgate. Oh my God, you have to travel a lot. Don't worry. For your traveling expense, I will give you money. So your boss giving means boss allowing. But giving for expense, then it is allowance. Feel this drawing. Whenever employer gives for your expenses, then it is called allowance. Actually, to allow is a general word. Allow means to give. But allowance you cannot say casually for everything. Huh? Boss will give you bonus also. Will you call bonus as allowance? Is bonus dedicated for some expense? No. It should be dedicated to some expense. Then and only then it can be called as allowance. And one more speciality, these are fixed amounts which you get on monthly basis. See, to teach my students, I will teach allowance separately. But when you are working in a company, your monthly salary check includes allowance also. You are not given allowance as a different check. Have you heard like this that boss is giving you, take your check of basic salary, take your check of traveling allowance. Will you get a different check for different things? See, students are taught each item differently. But in reality, everything comes in one package as one single check. So your one single check includes basic salary also, allowance also. And what is the nature of your salary? Is it fluctuating or fixed? So the nature of allowance also is fixed. And it is received on monthly basis. So allowance is also received on monthly basis. In short, although I am teaching allowance as a separate item, but in real life, it is not given as a separate item. It is included in your monthly salary check. Okay. So for example, if your father is doing job, okay, your father might be drawing a salary of say 2 lakhs per month. So in that 2 lakhs, everything is included. His basic as well as allowances. And your father's salary might be fixed every month. So automatically allowances also becomes fixed every month. Okay. Okay, now tell me, I'll just give you the name, you tell me is it allowance or not. Commission. Commission given to employee. It is not an allowance. Medical allowance. It is allowance because it is given for medical expenditure. If something is given for lunch expenditure, allowance. It is called lunch allowance. Okay. So whenever it is directed for some expenditure, it is allowance. That is why see I have put this in cloud. Okay. But see one more thing. Sometimes boss gives you not for expense but as a compensation for the pain in your job. That is also called allowance. Allowances are of two types. Most of the time they are for some expense, but sometimes it is given as a compensation. For example, you have to work overtime. Overtime means you have to take pain, and whenever you have to take pain, boss will compensate. And for compensating also we use the word allowance. See, you have to understand when these companies use the word allowance. So tell me when. Either when they give you something for your expense or when they give you for the pains in your job. For example, you know, the people who work in army, they have to work in border. So working in border, staying away from the family, it is a pain or not? So for that they get border area allowance. Border area allowance. But this is not an allowance for an expenditure. It is for the pain. In short, allowances are two types. Mostly they are for expense and sometimes it is for the pain. Actually we call them as compensatory allowances. What do you mean by compensatory? Compensatory means you have to take some pain. So boss feels sympathy and pity. Oh my God, you have to take so much pain because of my company's job. Don't worry, I will compensate. So that compensatory things are also called allowance. Okay. So that's it. This is the meaning of allowance. So see, here I can also write either it is for your expense or for your pain. Okay. But the nature is it is a fixed amount given on monthly basis. Okay. Now, main point is what? See, allowances meaning is just for your personal convincing. Main point is what? If in the question allowance comes, you will have to decide whether it is taxable or not. So see, for that there is one good chart. There is one keyword here. TC hut, TC udhar. TC hut, TC udhar. TC, you know who is TC? Ticket collector, ticket checker in the train. So how to say TC hut, TC udhar? This is a keyword. You know what is this? In this, whatever allowances are there, they are exempt. Right now, don't look at this. This is a list of exempt allowances. This you have to by heart. You know why a list? Because allowances can be thousands of variety, thousands in variety. Why? Because as I said, allowances for expense, there can be thousands of expense. So you can imagine any number of allowance. So you know, paper setter can give anything in the question, but you don't worry. Our formula is superhead. If you find anything from this, you will say exam under section 10. But see, 1013A is only for one item, H. Can you see H? Rest all have got section 1014. Unless I tell you the full form, it will be like a suspense only. But whatever, these allowances are exempt. And what do you mean by remaining allowance? Any allowance given in the question which doesn't fit in TC or TC udhar, it will be taxable. Okay. So in short, you will have to by heart this. Okay. So, and right now for the time being, don't pay attention on this. Anyways, here there is some special treatment, and special treatment will do it later only. Right now, please don't focus on this. Okay, so let me tell you the full form of TC hut. T stands for tribal area allowance. Tribal area allowance. You know what is tribal area allowance? Now look, imagine you are an employee working in Mumbai city. Up till now you are doing the job in Mumbai city and you stay in Mumbai with your family, you work in Mumbai. Now suddenly your boss said your job is transferred. You know, in jobs your job gets transferred many times, and you know your boss transferred your job not from Mumbai to Delhi or Kolkata. He transferred you to some jungle area, tribal area. Tribal area means it is a jungle area. It is a remote place where you find all Adivasi. Adivasi means, for Adivasi is a Hindi word, tribal people. Tribal people we call in Hindi, they are all Adivasi. Means your job is transferred to such a remote area which is totally surrounded by jungles. So imagine, now you will wonder why transfer there. Maybe company is having the branch over there. See, I am a big company, I have branches across the country. So maybe one of my branch is in jungle area. There also I might be having some good business. So my branch is there, so I have transferred your job to that place. So tell me, listening to this, will employee will celebrate or will become sad? He will become sad, because firstly he will have to leave his family, and that also he is not going to some good Bangalore, Mumbai, sorry, Calcutta, Chennai. He is shifted to a jungle area, and where there will be no facilities. It will be difficult for him to do the job. So it is a pain. And didn't I say sometimes back, sometimes you have to take the pain in the job, you are compensated. But you know, in such case, what will happen? As soon as boss told you that your job is now transferred to some tribal area, employee was disappointed. He started crying, sir, please don't do this. Boss told him, don't worry. Till now your salary was how much? 20,000. Now I will make 22,000. Your salary was 20,000 till now. I will make 22. Means I am giving you 2,000 extra as a compensation for the pain of working in a jungle area. And that 2,000 will be given to you as tribal area allowance. To work in tribal area, you are given extra compensation. See, I told you sometimes back, sometimes allowances are for expense, but sometimes it is for the pain in the job. So here it is not for some expenditure. Okay, when you go to some jungle area, it is not that you have to incur some expenditure, but in that jungle area, no one likes to work. You will be surrounded by, it is not that you will be scared to work, but there will be less facilities. Means if you want to buy a little bit of shampoo or some grocery item also, you have to go far, you have to take, you have to work in a painful condition. So for that you are compensated by extra salary, and such extra salary is called tribal area allowance, and this is compensatory in nature. But see, main point is what see, many times I will give you full knowledge, but your main objective is to understand taxable or exempt. So taxable or exempt, but up to 200 per month. See, logic is what wherever government also feels, yeah, this is very bad, he should be given allowance. So government also feels this allowance should be given. Poor employee, nicely he was working in Mumbai city, in a metropolitan city, now suddenly he's transferred to a jungle area. How bad. So government also feels pity. So government feels, okay, if he is getting something, let him enjoy. We will not tax, but we will exempt only up to 200 per month. See, boss might be generous. Boss might say, you are shifted to tribal area, don't worry, your salary of 20,000, I'll make 30,000. Salary of 20,000, I will make 30,000. Means he is giving extra 10,000 to work in tribal area. Let him give. It is boss's money. But government says we can exempt only up to 200 per month. Because see, giving the money is in the hands of boss. But to tax or exempt, it is in the hands of government. See, government is exempting because government feels it's a genuine allowance. But government cannot say fully exempt, right? This way, if government says fully exempt, imagine an employee just for going to tribal area, his salary became 20 to 30,000. So imagine he is getting 10,000 extra for working in tribal area. So this is something unreasonable. So government says we understand that he should be given tribal area allowance, but we will exempt only up to 200 per month. In short, look, by heart this. In short, with due respect to all knowledge you got, main point you have to remember is 200 per month. In the exam, they will write tribal area allowance. See, it is just, I cannot simply explain just by heart this. I have to make you understand also that what is tribal area, why allowance, and you should take it on you. Imagine if you are also working in Mumbai, now suddenly your boss transfers you to a jungle area, obviously you will feel painful. And to keep you happy, company will give you some extra amount, and that extra amount is called tribal area allowance. And why it is exempted? Because government feels it's a genuine allowance. Employee should be given, but then they cannot fully exempt. Government also has a limit in their budget. In their budget, they can exempt only up to 200 per month. Okay. Tell me, how will you present this if it is given in the question? See, you prepare a statement, right? Statement of income from salary. So first, you will write tribal area allowance. But see, in the inner column, you have to write the amount given in the question. In the question, they will give you 1,000 per month, 2,000 per month. That will be given. So that you will multiply by 12. And then less exempt under section 1014. Here you have to minus 200 into 12. That is 2,400. So see, in the inner column what you will write, that will be given in the question. Okay. See, always what you have to write first is the question amount. And then you deduct as per your knowledge. And your knowledge here is 200 per month. So T is done. Then next alphabet is C. Children education allowance. Children education allowance. Tell me, this is an allowance for some pain or expense? See, right now, didn't I say allowances can be either for some pain or it is for some expense? Wait, let me write only here. So tell me, children education allowance, is it for some pain in the job or some expenditure? Children are not pain, but when children are studying, education becomes their expenditure. So many times, company says what, you have got four children, five children, don't worry, let them study. Don't keep them illiterate like you. Let them study and their study expenses, don't worry, I will give you allowance. And boss says, don't worry, your salary was 10,000, now it will be 11,000. Extra 1,000 for the education of a children. In short, this is children education allowance. Now, giving allowance for education, government also feels it is necessary. So, exempt, but only 100 per month, per child, for maximum 2 children. Exemption is how much? 100 per month, per child, for maximum 2 children. Now, you will find it funny, sir, 100 per month, what kind of education you will get in 100 per month? See, government is not measuring the cost of the education and deciding the amount. Government is respecting this allowance. Education is a good cause. For this allowance, if it is given, we respect it. So, in the name of that respect for education, they are given a so-called exemption of 100 rupees. Yes, when boss is giving you money, you can bargain with the boss. What boss? You are giving only 200 rupees per child. You see the school fees nowadays, see the college fees, they have become so costly. You can bargain with the boss because boss has to actually give you money. But with government, don't bargain. If you bargain more with government, government will say you are doing too much. Taxable. Fully taxable. We are exempting, respecting the cause of education. Now you don't bargain, only 100 rupees. See, whatever you are getting as exempt, you should take happily. In short, here you should not see what happens in 100 nowadays. See, although we find it funny, but then government has exempted, you should be grateful to that. Otherwise, if government would have been thoughtless, brainless, they would have simply said, forget education, you are getting money, pay tax. They would have made it fully taxable. But we are grateful, at least they have exempted 100 rupees. 100 rupees is per month, per child. But no, for maximum 2 children. Maximum 2 children, okay. So this was what? Out of 3 C's, first C. Second C is same, children hostel allowance. If children are studying in hostel, company has to pay you little more. So government also exempts little more. Instead of 100, it will be 300 per month, per child, for maximum 2 children. In short, look here. Look. If you receive children education allowance, then it is 100 per month per child for maximum 2 children. See, maximum 2 children is a limit because government wants to indirectly control population. See, your boss might be generous. He might say, oh, you have got 6 children. Let them study. I will give money for their education. Give money means in the form of allowance. So, boss is ready to give allowance for the education of all 6 children. Because it is boss's money. Let him give. But government doesn't believe. Government feels 6 children. Nonsense. You should not have more than 2 children. So, they will exempt only for 2 children. So, you received for 6 children. But exemption only for 2 children. And that also You might have received big amount, but exempt only 100 per month per child. See how to show the presentation of all this, we will soon see in the question. Right now you just remember the amount. What is the amount? 100 per month per child for maximum 2 children. Tell me again and again why I am writing the word maximum. At the most government can exempt this. That means if you are getting something lower, fully exempt. For example, your boss is also so miser that for the education of children he is giving 50 rupees per child. 50 rupees per month per child. Then 50 rupees per month per child is below 100. Exempt. Fully exempt. But if boss gives you 500 per month per child, 1000 per month per child, then only 100 per month per child is exempt. And if it is hostel, then 300 per month per child, because hostel has got more expenses in real life. Yes.
Both parents are working and both are getting these allowances.
See, her doubt is what means husband and wife both are working. Husband also gets children education allowance from his company. Wife is working in some different company and she is also getting children education allowance. So both will get exemption. See, in the eyes of law, husband is a different human being. Wife is a different human being. And each human being has got this right.
What if they have 4 children?
Let it be. Let it be. See, we don't have to name the child. For this child, we are taking the exemption.
So four of them.
Let it be, let it be. See, her doubt is what? Husband is also working, wife is also working, both are getting children education allowance. She will also get 100 exemption. She will also get 100. He will get 2 children. She will get 2. So this will be more. So let it be. See, this exemption is per assessee. These exemptions are not per family. It is per assessee. See, in the income tax department, I am different, my wife is different. For them, every person is a different entity. In fact, in my coaching class, I am different, my class is different. In income tax reporting, I do my separate reporting. My wife does separate reporting. And my coaching class has to do separate reporting. Whereas everything is my family only. But for each assessee, the exemption is there. So exemption which I teach you, it is per assessee. So let husband also get in his job education allowance. Let wife also enjoy. Both will get exemption. They are two different human beings. Okay. So tribal area allowance is done. Education allowance is done. Children hostel allowance is done. Okay. Then third C is commutation allowance. You know what do you mean by commutation? Wait, someone had a doubt here. Okay, see here. Here, if you are having twins, okay, so there is no clarification for this, but normally twin children, see, at later stage, one more point will come related to children. And their government has clarified twins are treated as single child. But here it is not said. See, right now it is children education allowance. Later on there will be one more point. I'll tell you precisely where it will be. Look here. When I will explain perquisite, at that time again there will be some reference of children. What is that? Forget. I will come to that point later. But there for children they have defined. Children means if it's a twin child, it will be treated as single birth. It's treated as single child only. Okay. So if someone has got one twins and one independent child, so twins is single and that one child is one, so all will be exempt. So twins are treated as one, but this is my opinion because for children education allowance, the law has not clarified that for the purpose children education allowance, whether twins will be treated as single child or not. But then why did I say twins is a single child? It is based on the rule in some other place. In perquisite's theory, they have said twins will be called as single child. But same thing they have not mentioned for allowance. But it is understood, it is implied. When law has the mentality of treating twins as a single child, so it goes without saying, here also it will be same. But till now this has not come in exam. I have to address this because someone had a doubt, okay? But don't worry, in our exam they will simply say 2 children, 3 children, twins and all will not come. But still if you say, sir, by chance if it comes, then treat twins as single child. So if they say he has got 1 twins and 1 single child, so they actually they are counted as 3, but we will count as 2 only, because twins is treated as single birth, single child, because twins come in a single birth. Okay. So children education is in hostage. Then next is what? Commutation allowance. What do you mean by commutation? You know, your journey between office and residence is called commutation. Your journey between office and residence. So tell me, if you start working in some company, you will have a daily routine of going to office, coming back to home, going to office, coming back to home. So that routine journey between office and residence, you have to incur some expense. You might be going by auto rickshaw, you might be going by local bus, local train. So for that expense you get commutation allowance. And this is not an allowance for some pain, huh? Is this an allowance for some pain or some expenditure? Expenditure. Because to travel between your office and residence, you have to incur some expenditure, either by train or rickshaw, taxi or Uber, Ola, anything you travel by. So there is some expenditure. For that, company gives you commutation allowance. Okay. Actually, see, commuting is a general word. When you have a routine journey, like in your case, you know, every day you are coming to class and going to home. So in English, what we say? Students are commuting. Commuting means traveling between their residence and coaching class. See, whenever a journey becomes a routine journey, which you have to do daily, then we don't say travel, we say commuting. Travel sounds like an event, travel. This is event for you. You come to class every day. You go back home every day. So when it becomes a routine journey, we say commuting. And employees always have a routine journey. Daily they have to go to office, come back to home. So that's why we say commutation allowance. But you know, commutation allowance will be exempt only if the employee is physically handicapped. Only if the employee is physically handicapped. That means if the employee is not handicapped, he is fit and fine, then it will be taxable. Because government feels employee is fit and fine. Why he wants money for going and coming to office every day? He should pay it from his pocket. He is getting good salary. Why he wants extra allowance for that? Yes, if the employee is handicapped, it becomes so difficult for him to travel. Imagine handicapped person, how he might be going to office daily. Imagine a handicap who is physically handicapped, it will be so tough for him to travel daily to office and go back to home. So if a handicapped employee gets, then it will be exempt. 3,200 per month. See, here law is little generous. 3,200 per month. See, education hostel, it was just in the respect of education, we had exempted a nominal amount. But this sounds very needed, genuine. Means law feels people need such allowance. Handicapped people need such extra money for their traveling, because they have to take extra effort in traveling. And if they are given allowance till 3,200 exempt. But yes, if your boss is very polished, in the sense, boss is so generous in the sense, he says, don't worry handicap, my employee, you come by a private car, I will give you extra 10,000 per month. Means in your salary he is giving extra 10,000 specially for commuting. So boss is generous, he is ready to give 10,000. But government's limitation is maximum 3,200 per month. 3,200. So look at this. Last point. This is the last point for today. Don't worry. Last point for today. Okay. 3,200 per month. Okay. So see, still it is going on. But tell me, how will you present this thing in the exam? First in the question they will give something. See, in the question what they give, it is the amount which boss has given you. That is the actual amount which you received. This you have to remember in your mind. So answer, if in the question it is given commutation allowance 9,000 per month. Assume employee is physically handicapped. See, he should be physically handicapped, right? And it is given 9,000 per month. So what you will do? Imagine a statement. In the particulars column you will write commutation allowance 9,000 into 12. Into 12, 1,08,000. That will come in the inner column. Less what you will write? I want the wordings. Exempt under section 1014. Exempt under section 1014. This you have to by heart. Amount 3,200 per month. So multiply by 12. Whatever you get, you minus. Balance in outer column. See, all these allowances have a common section 1014. This 1013A is for H. That will come later, okay. But anyways, today we have done till T, C1, C2, C3, TC. Still this is going on to be continued in the next lecture, okay. And today you don't have any homework also, okay. Yes, but this notes you have to update in your notebook. That is your homework. But some solving, no homework for that, okay. We'll continue tomorrow, same time, same place. Revise and come, please revise and come. Please come on time. Please don't ignore me.